Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday, April 11th, 2019, and the markets are crashing. Oh my gosh, we're going to go down to zero. Not really. Just because we come down, $300, people have a freaking conniption. I'm telling you, we're going to correct, and I don't know if that's the real correction that we just saw there. We're going to bounce up. I don't know. I mean, the markets were going to do what they're going to do, but I don't really see us going down really low. Just because there's some indicators that, are standard across all assets and trade. So I don't think I'd be freaking my freak out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be too overly concerned about much of this. So be patient. It's down. You might as well buy some more, right? When there's blood in the streets, we go shopping. When people are greedy, we sell. What was I going to speak about? There's some good information that I caught this morning, and I can't recall what it was. Well, maybe we'll just ramble on here. Maybe we could talk about the Bitcoin. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about this. There was a guy on Twitter. He posted on Omar Bam. If you don't follow Omar Bam Crypto's news, you definitely should. Maybe you want to say he's the OG of crypto YouTube. He's been around for a while, reporting on it, as well over 100,000 subscribers, and he doesn't take sides with stuff. He was being funny. I shouldn't say he doesn't. He does once in a while. But he's not like a jerk about it. He posted that he is the real Craig Wright. If you don't know who Craig Wright is, he tells everyone he is Satoshi Nakamoto. Whatever. It doesn't matter whether he is or he isn't. But the one guy posted on there some interesting things. And I'd encourage you actually to go into that Twitter feed and read it, because it'll get you to actually think about some things as far as Bitcoin and how it was created and what it was designed to do initially. That it was a perfect puzzle pieces fitting together to make Bitcoin work the way it does and make it work in a way that people would actually want to adopt it and use it or want to invest in it. But he brought up some interesting facts that, and I've kind of felt this way for a while, that there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So they're scarce, which makes them valuable, right? You're not going to spend things of value. People hold on to things like diamonds and gold and stuff. They don't sell it, but it's worth something, right? It might be worth a lot of money to them. And that's probably the argument for the store of value. But he started bringing up some things, what are we going to do as the block reward continues to have? So every 4 years, a block reward gets cut in half. So next year, the block reward for Bitcoin, I believe, goes down to 3.15 or 3.75 or something. I think that's what it is. Regardless, it's going to be cut in half. Which does what? Well, the miners get less Bitcoin rewarded to them. Now, you got to stop and think about this theory and how the whole Bitcoin ecosystem was designed to work. So, initially, you want to get these coins out there for people so everyone can have them. And then when the reward gets cut in half, whack, there's less being created, so now it's scarce. But if you have the same amount of people or more people wanting them, the value goes up. So even though the miners are getting less coins, the dollar value has increased. And he brought that up, that, what are you going to do? Then that just means the fees are going to continue to go up, and Bitcoin will never be used as a currency. And I'm like, I've felt that way, for a while, ever since the whole debate back in 2017 about increasing the block size to fit more transactions into it, and there's some different things. So even though people think Craig Wright is off his rocker with how he reacts to things and claiming he's, Satoshi Nakamoto, there are some things about Bitcoin Cash SV, I guess that's what it's called, because you have to understand how that came about. The block reward didn't increase. That's why we had that hard fork in 2017, which gave people Bitcoin Cash. That's how Bitcoin Cash came out. Roger Ver, one of the early investors in Bitcoin, was adamant about it, and he still gets mad that, people call Bitcoin Cash Bcash. Like, I honestly think Bitcoin Cash is, on a technical level, it's better than Bitcoin. It really is, and I haven't dug that much into Bitcoin Cash SV, Satoshi's vision or whatever. I haven't dug that much into it, but there's people that will argue that in the white paper, Satoshi explained exactly how you keep this whole system working, and some people, I think, that are the majority developers behind Bitcoin right now, like the Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Cash, ABC, or SV, that they want it to be a store of value and nothing else. That people are going to not use it to buy things with, and that's probably true. Like, people may use it to take out collateralized loans or something. Or people, maybe countries use it to settle debts. I remember, was it Portugal and, well, I don't know, there were 2 South American countries that settled some trade debt with each other using Bitcoin. Why not? Why not? So, like, and I actually posted some stuff on there, question, because and the guy wasn't a real jerk about it or arguing that his thought process is better. He just presented the facts. I like when people do that. I love when people are intelligent and think critically about certain things, certain aspects of things, because that's what makes something better. So what is better? What is better than Bitcoin? I mean, there's only 21 million Bitcoin Cash, and like I said, I haven't dug into Bitcoin Cash SV or Bitcoin SV. I don't even know what it's labeled as. I know there were some controversial things that came out about it. I mean, those are just, and that's where the cult aspect of cryptocurrencies I hate. I hate it. Like, let's look for something better. And that's probably a lot of the reason why I like Cardano, because Charles Hoskinson flat out will tell you that they're going to keep everything open source and free and out there for the public, and if somebody finds a better way to do something, good, do it. And maybe Cardano adopts it. It's fantastic. Like, the internet was built on open source infrastructure. It wasn't built on proprietary crap. Like, TCP/IP was not the best solution to run the internet through. It wasn't, as far as its capabilities, maybe. But it was open source, and we're still using it today, right? And maybe that's what happens with Bitcoin. We'll still continue to use it forever. I don't know. Time will tell, but I encourage you to do it. This is how you learn and kind of get involved in this space with different things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if people are investing in cryptocurrencies, you're going to make a bigger return if you invest in something that is probably a pretty good project or a pretty good blockchain. Take something like Digibyte. I'm confident that they're that strong and solid that Digibyte will be $1 one day. Right? If it's going to be $1 one day, well then, how much money? You throw $1,000 at it right now, and it's a little over a penny. Just say it's exactly 1 penny. You throw $1,000 at it, you have 100,000 Digibyte. When it hits $1 one day, you're sitting at 100,000, right? Who doesn't want to enjoy that kind of return? But not only that, Digibyte's fast, Digibyte's secure, Digibyte has more to it than just a currency. So I don't know. Just keep that in mind when you're thinking about this stuff. I mean, I think everybody should own one Bitcoin. Probably not a bad way to go. Because it's, I mean, there's nothing stopping it if it's going to be a store of value of Bitcoin being $100 million one day. And it may only take about 3 or 4 more bear cycles for us or market cycles to get there. I mean, if you just look back at from one market high to the next market high, right? So if you go back prior to 2017 and look at the price of Bitcoin, it was about, I think, $1,000 when it hit its high. And then it went down to like, I don't know, $200, somewhere right around there, 220. That was the bottom. And then it climbed back up, right? From $200 to 20,000. But if you bought in at the high at $1,000, get 20x your money, right? If you got out, if you took profits. Regardless, if we simply do a 20x to the next market cycle high, which if we've hit the bottom, market cycles usually last 4 years from one high to the next, or we're anticipating that based off the block happening and just a bunch of different things tied into it, right? Maybe that's what the cycle is, blah, 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 right? So if we simply did 20x to the next market high, you're talking a $400,000 Bitcoin. So buying it at, $5,000 right now, you're still gonna 80x your money. I'm just saying. And if you're able to maybe you figured out some stuff about trade, maybe you trade your way up to one Bitcoin. Don't spend any more money. You take some of your stuff and you trade. You take $500 and figure out some trades. I'm not telling you what to do, but maybe that's not a bad way to accumulate one Bitcoin. Just throwing some stuff out there, guys. So I do think something big's going to happen with our financial system, though. We can't keep going like this. If you guys ever follow or get a chance, take a look at Bix Weir and his Road to Ruta theory. He talks about gold, the gold standard, how we got off of it, how it's his belief that Alan Greenspan actually designed the digital financial system on purpose to crash the fiat monetary system to eventually get us back on a gold standard. And he brings up some different things. I mean, it's right in plain obvious sight. Something like the last $100 bill that was minted, right? So the one that's in circulation now, that's the newest one. It's really crisp and clean and stuff. It has really bright blue ribbon on it and stuff. There's some interesting crap going on that thing, and we all know our currency is cryptic, so to speak. And they hide things on there. But if you look at it, man, where that ribbon's at, one side is mostly gold stuff on it. There's a gold inkwell, there's a golden Liberty Bell, there's a golden feather quill that people, back in the old days used to write with and stuff. And the other half's just all green. If you hold that $100 bill up to a light source, the whole thing looks like it turns to a golden tint. Not to mention, I want you to look at this, because this is what makes you really wonder about the conspiracy side of, there's good guys back there to get us out of that crazy system we're in. What if, because when you read it, there's a part of the Declaration of Independence on there that basically, and I'll summarize it, but you can look it up. It's right after the chunk that maybe you had to remember when you were in your civics class or something. But we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, right? So there's basically a sentence or two that combines all that about our rights, and then right after that it talks about basically that if the government becomes corrupt and doesn't serve its purpose, that the people have the right to basically overthrow the government, because it's their God-given right. Why is that on the $100 bill? Please tell me. Is it a remembrance of the Declaration, or is it like a call to action? Like, hey, listen, freedom fighters, hey, listen, anarchists, listen, here's the deal. We left the whole English control and came over here so we could have our freedom. We declared our independence and it stood for this, and we made sure people had the rights for whatever. Here's the deal. Is it time? I don't know. But I think, we're in the beginning of something crazy going on, and then you got the stuff going on and over in Iran that we declared some group over there a terrorist group. I don't know. I try not to think about it, but it's going to impact us some way, somehow. So, anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Got off a little bit of a ramble and a rant. I know there was something good in the news I wanted to talk to you guys about, but I don't remember. It's called lack of sleep. So anyway, you guys have a great day, great evening, good morning, whatever it is. If you haven't subscribed and this is the first time you're watching me, check out some of my other videos. Hit the subscribe button. I've been doing pretty good lately, getting videos up daily for your pleasure. Maybe get you updated on some news, maybe give you some insight, some ideas, educate you. So make sure you subscribe. And make sure you like. The likes are important. Some people forget about how important it is to like a video, because when you're watching a certain video that's tagged to be very similar in what it is or what it's about, then it shows up in that list. So maybe you throw on a video and then you just start watching more videos that are similar, and maybe mine pops up and gets exposed to more people. And that's the hope. I'm not trying to make a living off of YouTube or anything. I simply want to educate people. Okay, so you guys take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.